Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Pigskin Project YouTube channel. I am Matt Hartman, and today Ben, Ryan, and I talk everything you want to know about NFL Week 5. If you've been here before, you know what to expect. If you're new around here, we're going to preview all the big games, starting with Thursday Night Football every single week. We each pick a game throughout this slate this weekend that we want to talk about kind of in depth, and then we get into Pigskin Pick'em, where we pick all the games, and then Pigskin Payout, where we kind of just make a parlay. If you want to tail, you can tail, but gamble responsibly, obviously. But let's get you into the preview. Let's get into the Week 5 preview, starting with the games of the week and the number one game of the week. We always start with Thursday Night Football. The Niners travel to Los Angeles to face the Rams in a game that it's taken some steam off of it with the recent announcements of Brock Purdy is out, Ricky Pearsall is out, and Jawan Jennings, who was asked after Week 4, do you think the injury is going to affect his status for Week 5? He said, nah, he's out this week. So it did affect his status. But that was interesting to note. The Rams relatively healthy. Tyler Higbee's like the only one who's really on the cuff here. But do we have anything to really hit on this game too hard?
The Rams are just gonna run over the Niners. I mean, your one hope when playing the Rams is like, oh, well, maybe Matt Stafford, he's getting a little old, pocket mobility with his back, and make him make throws that are not ideal. But since Bosa's been out, they have not been able to get any pressure, and that would be your only hype or your only hope if you were a Niners fan, and you can't even really hang your hat on that. I really think that the Rams are just going to run away with this game and absolutely steamroll this. And that was even if Brock Purdy was playing this game, I still would have been saying the same exact thing here right now. So
The one thing I want to note is the wide receiver room that they're walking into this game with. Demarcus Robinson, Kendrick Bourne, MVS, Sky Moore, and Russell Gage. I was a Russell Gage believer a couple of years ago, if you guys remember that, before the leg injury. I don't know. I think he had like one good game for the Falcons, and I'm like, this guy is good now. And then it was, just kind of a mindset that I adapted. But yeah, this is not something that you want. And by the way, is Brock Purdy healthy? I think he's questionable,
no,
right?
he's not playing.
No, he's not playing.
He's not playing. Oh, that was 7 hours ago. Awesome. I'm very out of the loop on any news that happened today. Obviously busy, but that's a problem in itself. I don't know. I think Mac Jones is a good backup, but like with that wide receiver core, that doesn't help.
Jacob Cowing breakout game is what I'm hearing.
Oh, jeez. Gee whiz. My matchup for this game, how do the Niners generate pressure? Their first game without Nick Bosa against the Jaguars had an 18.8% blitz rate. They had 5 total pressures by their defense. Only one guy had more than one pressure, and it was Bryce Huff with 2. So that backfired. Didn't create much pressure there. It's entirely not good enough. Do they push the envelope? Having a backup quarterback now in and really like having this attacking mindset because we have to create opportunities now. We have to create, chances for our offense. Do they get really blitz heavy? Do they get super, do they try some stuff to really like force the ball out of Stafford's hands? Because Stafford against the blitz this year is worse than when kept clean under the pocket, obviously because he's, an older player, so he wants to get rid of that ball and not get hit. So, always with these big underdogs, I want to try and attack how can the underdog win the game, and if the Niners generate real pressure and get off the field on big third downs, that's where I think they could win this game. So that's all for Thursday Night Football. Next, we will get into. Should we go in chronological order with these 3 games, or should we kind of? All right. Well, we'll get into Ryan's game, which was the 3-1 Buccaneers against the 3-1 Seahawks. I mean, this is my number 6 team and my number 5 team, so we're battling for top 5 in the conference. set the stakes on the line. Lots of injury news from the Bucks side. Bucky Irving is in a walking boot. Mike Evans isn't practicing. Baker isn't practicing, which Baker, I think, seems to miss Wednesdays most of the
Yes.
time, so he should be
Yeah.
fine. But 4 defensive backs, all DNPs, Christian Izzian, Benjamin Morrison, Jamel Dean, and Tyke Smith are all not practicing on Wednesday. Do all 4 of them play? It's hard to project at this point in time. And then the Seahawks have Julian Love and Devin Witherspoon popping up on there with DMPs, but those guys just played last Thursday, and so unless something got tweaked, those guys should still be out there.
I'll let Ryan take it away. This was his game.
Yeah, sorry, my PC just froze again. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Buccaneers Seahawks. I'm looking at that over under right now, 44.5. I'm taking the over every day of the week because of that. I, like you had said, anticipate Baker to play in this game. That one's going to be really fun. Just because I feel like Baker recently is, again, just like I said about Stafford, you can almost not count him out. He's able to kind of rally his guys around him and get down the field. Emeka Egbuka, man, I mean, just really, really good start to his rookie season. And, you know, if one of these top 2 guys are out, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you know what I mean? You're going to expect him to go ahead and perform. Now, on the other side of things, you know, JSN was silenced for the most part for that, you know, for last week against the Cardinals. I don't anticipate that to be the situation, you know, this week, because of what Matt had said with all of the injuries surrounding defensive backs. It's definitely something to kind of, you know, keep track of. And then, you know, obviously I'm just saying it's going to be a fun game to watch just because I think the pass game should be more involved this week. You know, the Buccaneers, strictly because their guy in Bucky Irving is hurt. Rashad White has not really, you know, performed very well in these increased, you know, snaps. And then not to mention, you know, the lack of defensive backs that they have healthy right now on their roster for that Seahawks offense to go ahead and attack. Sam Darnold hasn't looked bad. So, you know, with that being said, I expect a very, you know, high flying, high scoring, hopefully matchup between this one. And it's just that fun to watch, good vibes meter is just going off the charts for me. So that's why it's my game of the week.
Yeah, no, I just think these, as Matt had said, 2 very evenly matched teams. We were all right there with each other when it came to how we were going to rank these teams when we just did the NFC power ranking. And I'm just interested to see what team comes out on top, and I'm interested to see how they're going to deploy JSN, as Ryan had said. They used him a lot on decoy stuff last week. And I'm interested to see if they can get him a little bit more involved earlier on in this game because they're going to need it.
You see what Darnold said in the post game? He was like, "I saw one-on-one with my guy late in the game and just threw it up there." That's when you know you got something. And then to your point, Ryan, about the passing game, both of these teams have elite run defenses, and I'm talking like top 5 in efficiency metrics. They're bottom 10 in rushing offenses, both of them. And you're telling me Bucky Irving also isn't going to play? Like, so pretty interesting there with you bringing that up. But my matchup is the Bucks' right side of their offensive line, specifically their right guard and right tackle against the Seahawks defensive line. They're missing 2 starters in Cody Mauch and Luke Gadecki at right guard and right tackle, and now they face one of the best pressure rate teams when rushing only 4 because they have just so many bodies to just throw at the problem. DeMarcus Lawrence looks like he's probably going to be down. Well, that's fine. He's just been their worst pass rusher this season. So it's for most teams, losing DeMarcus Lawrence in the run game will hurt you. But when you have Derek Hall, who's really emerging as like one of the guys on this defense, especially as a pass rusher, Boye Mafe, we know what he is as a pass rusher, and Echeno Nwosu. And then you talk about the interior with Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy. It's going to be a long day, man. I think it could be a long day for this offensive line. I'm really excited to see this team go up against them and get this real deal challenge because in that first half against the Eagles. They kind of didn't rise up to it, but in the end they did. So interested to see how that trench warfare goes down. Do we have anything left on this one?
No.
No. Let's continue on in order. Let's get to Ben's game of the week. The Commanders travel out to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. This is interesting. Just throw out a little stat. Commanders are 0-2 on the road this year, and the Chargers are 2-0 at home. They have one of their wins at in Brazil as a technical home game. Jaden Daniels is practicing and seems to be all the way back to playing. But Ben, what got you excited about this matchup?
Yeah, well, two things in particular. One a little bit more specific than the other. The more broad is just the quarterback battle. I mean, how could you not just sit down on your couch and want to see Justin Herbert and Jaden Daniels duel it out against each other? I mean, you'd be remiss to not say this is arguably the best quarterback battle that we will see all week this week. But more specifically, as you guys have heard, I'm very high on the Chargers, and I'm interested to see if it was a little blip in the radar against the Giants, or if this is going to be a little bit more status quo for them. And a lot of that stems from that offensive line question mark that Matt had poised. Again, you're out your two starting tackles, which is very, very concerning. Again, given Joe Alt will make his return later on in the season. But even if both of them were playing, you're playing against one of the fiercest pass rushers in all of the NFL when it comes to Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau. So you were going to struggle regardless of if they were healthy or not. And the whole thing that we talked about with the Commanders was, well, do we really like their defense? And that's really going to be the key matchup for me in this game is this Chargers offensive line against the Commanders pass rush. And if they can keep Dorrance Armstrong in check, Preston Smith as well, but I think they can do that just fine. But can they keep these guys in check and keep Herbert clean? And I think if they can do that, they will probably come away from this game. But again, you never know when you have that action figure on the other side of the football that is Jaden Daniels. So I'm just excited to see these two teams play against each other.
Shout out the likely tackle in this game, Austin DeLucas, with a 24.8 pass blocking grade on PFF.
Ryan, your thoughts on the game?
I mean, just looking forward to seeing how the Chargers are with that O-line. That's really the most part. Other than that, Omarion Hampton, dude, oh my God, he's so good at football and so much fun to watch. I was trying to look up the Commanders' injury report for this one. With that being said, I mean, with Jaden Daniels being okay, that's cool. I know Deebo Samuel did not participate in practice. Terry McLaurin did not either. So that's one thing. I want to know like who's going to play in this
Terry
game.
Not on IR yet? I thought he was going on.
No. So
that's what I was looking for.
All three of their starting wide receivers are questionable, and Terry McLaurin, Deebo, and Noah Brown. And then on the defensive end of the football, really the only two players that are worth keeping an eye out for if they're going to play or not is Dorrance Armstrong and Mikey Sanders.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I mean, Jaden can come back. That's awesome. He's a factor in itself. But like it helps to have those guys out on the field. And with Terry's injury as well, like I'm like, that's his number one guy. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to see how he responds to that because this Chargers defense really, really tough. So the over under set pretty high in my opinion. That's where I'll kind of leave it. I feel like it's gonna be low scoring.
I'm looking forward to QJ just dusting Marshawn Lattimore. I'm so excited for it. I am so excited for it. Marshawn Lattimore sucks. Sorry, Matt, but you guys moved off of him at the right time.
No, he has not been good. One last thing to hit on my matchup. Again, I mentioned them in the NFC power rankings. The Washington run game has been a revelation for this team for 2 weeks with Mariota having to be in there, and the Chargers' run D is kind of mid in comparison to their their drop back stuff. So like their top 5 and the drop back EPA stuff and success rate, where in run D and success rate they're both around hovering 16 to 20th. So again, they're in that middle of the pack tier for the rush defense, and Washington as again top 5, and they're getting their more explosive runner back in Daniels, and they're going to continue to mix in the running backs that they have. And you think about last week, what did we say the key was to beating the Chargers was Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart being able to be an 11th man and having 10 men blocking to really like work in some of that quarterback run stuff. So obviously, Cliff's going to work that in. So again, I kind of agree with that low scoring thing, 48.5, because I think Washington's going to want to, ball control this thing just the way the Giants did. So that is all for Commanders and Chargers. Then we get into my game of the week, Monday Night Football, the Chiefs and the Jaguars. I am going to, this is 2 of my top 5 AFC teams right off the bat. It's Monday, or it's a Monday night game, so no injury reports right now, but I know Trayvon Walker looks like he's going to miss this week, being labeled as week to week after last week. I want to get straight into my matchup because this is why I picked it. The Jaguars' turnover creation against Kansas City's protection of the ball. Jacksonville leads the league in turnovers through 4 games with 13. That is a pace of almost 55, which won't happen, but what a crazy pace to have for a month. And it's winning them football games. It single-handedly won them the football game against San Francisco because of so many short fields. The only problem is now you're facing Kansas City, who has 1 total giveaway this season. It was the play in which, in the low red zone, hit Travis Kelce in the hands and bounced into Andrew Makuba's hands. So, again, that's the only turnover this entire season for this team. And so you look at like Jacksonville in terms of pressure rate and blitz rate, they're middle of the pack. So they're not really like a volatile defense. They kind of just do what they do. You know who else kind of does what they do? Baltimore. And we saw what the Chiefs did to that team. So again, I'm just interested to learn about Jacksonville, to learn if this turnover stuff is real and they can force, Mahomes to make mistakes that he just doesn't, or, the 9 interceptions against Bryce Young and Jake Browning and CJ Stroud and Brock Purdy, like, again, if that's what it is. So we're going to find out with Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm very, 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 very worried for Trevor Lawrence in this game. Again, I mean, that's been all the conversation surrounding Jacksonville throughout the first 4 weeks. And Trevor Lawrence has kind of been able to find his stride a little bit more, especially with Brian Thomas Jr. and his yips going away a little bit more than what they had in the past. But I just think he is going to struggle immensely in this game. I'm interested to see how he handles the blitz when Spags dials that up. He's kind of a mastermind when it comes to just dialing it up at the perfect time. So I'm just interested to see how Trevor Lawrence handles that. And then on the flip side of that too, Travis Hunter has finally found himself a good game for the first time in a long time. And I'm wondering if they can start incorporating him a little bit more into this offense. And I think if they can do that, I think they'll hopefully at least have a little bit of a battle. But I really do think the Chiefs are going to run away with this one. But, hey, well, you never know. Any given Monday, not even Sunday, any given Monday. But it's just going to be interesting. The thing with the Jags too, last thing, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. And the one thing that we had talked about with the Jags is how good their run defense is, which is fantastic. But to me, it kind of nulls it out because the Chiefs are just bad at running the football to begin with. So it's not like this is like a huge plus that you have is like, oh, we're going to be great on the run and we're going to stop the run. Well, it's not like the Chiefs are relying on the run to begin with, because no matter what team they're going to play, they're just going to kind of suck running the football. But do you have any thoughts on the Chiefs specifically, Ryan? Because we know you love them.
I mean, I'm looking at this Jaguars team and I'm like trying to reflect a little bit. And the one thing I'm thinking about is like the Chiefs are going to find a way to win this football game. Like, let's just be honest here. They're going to find a way to win it, and it's going to annoy me. And I've seen this before. It's fine. Jaguars have played the Panthers, the Bengals, the Texans, and the Niners. Okay, normally I would say like, okay, decent schedule. I mean, you played the Bengals, you played the Texans, you played the 49ers. Not really. Not really. And you lost against the Bengals. And you beat the Texans.
A Jake Browning 90-yard drive is standing between them being 4-0.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it's not great. It's kind of ugly. So, these next 3 games for the Jaguars are going to be very telling. They play the Chiefs, Seahawks, and Rams. And if they can squeeze, I would say 1 to 2 of these out, looking at a division winner, in my opinion.
Really?
So, fingers crossed. Yeah, I think so. Easily.
Colts?
I mean, I guess them or Indy, but I feel like Indy's got an inevitable collapse that's just bound to happen. I'm not trying to like root on their downfall by any means. Like I said, please, like Indianapolis, congratulations. Like you deserve this just as much as like Chicago would have. I'm rooting for them. We've been to Lucas Oil how many times within the past 4 years of this podcast? And it's like, how many sad Colts fans we walk by? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what kind of bust are we drafting this year? But it's like, dude, they found Daniel Jones, picked him up from free agency, and was like, great. Like, this is the quarterback we have to look forward to after the preseason. And the dude's balling out. Like, how can you root against that? So it's like, that's great. I'm anticipating a collapse, though. And when you do, I anticipate the Jaguars to be right there to kind of feast on, the bones and kind of take over that division. Because right now, Houston doesn't look that way. But regardless, this matchup, Jaguars, man, you got something to prove to me. And until then, we'll see what happens.
Did you have the Jags on your list?
On my what?
He did.
On my
He did.
I did.
He had the Jags at 5.
So you think the Chiefs are going to be
4.
the top 5 AFC team?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I know. Listen.
I know. I did it. I was feeling frisky. All right.
No, it's fine. I said they're going to be on a list in the future. I'm sure of it. I
know.
I like them more now.
I teed it up. I teed up my own thing. That was a self alley. So call me Obi Toppin. Let's get into some Pigskin Pick'em. Let's pick some games, guys. We have some bye weeks, so we don't have a full 16. We're only going to have 14 games, right? But what were the records from last week, Ryan?
Yeah. Give me just a second. Okay, there we go. So this past week, Ben
Dude, I pissed my
won the
pants
week.
in the late slate.
Yeah,
Ben
did.
went. So just to put this out here, we're not going to penalize each other for the tie that shouldn't have happened. I Green Bay's a bunch of losers for not going for it, in my opinion, but whatever. 12-3-1 for Ben. I went 10-5-1, and then Matt went 9-6-1. That brings the overall records to Ben at 47-16-1, Matt at 40-23-1, and me at 37-26-1. So I've already built myself dug myself a 10-game deficit to the leader. Not great, but we've got time to collect ourselves, and we will be back. But yeah, not good for the boy. But Ben, hey,
chipping away. Just keep chipping.
Yeah.
Hey, get 1 game here, 2 games there. That's what we're talking about here, boys.
Dude, this is the week to prove it. There are so many 3 or less spreads this week with just
dude,
god awful games. Like someone's gonna have to watch Dolphins Panthers this week.
Yeah. I mean, Titans Cardinals, I would say, isn't even that great either. But anyways, yeah. Let's start off Thursday Night Football, 49ers, Rams. I'm going to start with Ben, rotate to Matt, and then I'll give mine. We'll just kind of do this counterclockwise on your screen. Ben, what you got?
I wonder. I'm taking the Rams.
Matt?
This thing is popped up all the way to 8.5 since I I set it at 7. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams.
All right. Yeah, we've got the scroller now at the bottom. I also have the Rams. Jimbo popping in saying Puka. Yeah, good take. Vikings and Browns. I think we're all in consensus here, I would assume, right? I don't
Dylan
know.
Gabriel is starting.
This game sucks. Yeah. I don't want to watch this. What is this in the UK or is this Germany?
This is a morning game?
It's London.
Oh my God.
UK. Yeah, it's good.
You got the Vikings score.
I'm gonna eat this game up. I have had so much fun watching Myles Garrett this year. I think if you had a draft right now for like no positional value, he would go number 1. I think he's the best player in football.
Wow. I think he's number 2. But
wow.
I
get it because he plays for the Browns.
You're not watching the Browns. That's why you're skipping these games. You're skipping opportunities.
Josh Allen would be number 1. Anyways, besides the point, I really hated taking this game, and I don't feel confident in either one here. Yeah, can I pick a tie? I will.
Don't do it.
I'm going to go the Vikings. I don't trust Dylan Gabriel a whole lot. I will go the Vikings, but I just really don't want to pick this game because Carson Wentz is just so bad at football.
Dude, how much cover 0 does Brian Flores run?
Right.
Do they just not have a good quarterback? Because, like, that's funny.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett.
Matt.
The Vikings or the Browns?
Yeah. Both teams, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
They traded away Sam Howell, too.
I'll take the Vikings.
Yeah.
Sam Howell, okay. Yeah, Sam Howell's really bad.
I prefer Sam Howell over Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
They clearly
I would say they saw something, apparently. Texans, Ravens. Oh, I'm also going Vikings, by the way. I think I said that, but maybe not. Yeah. Texans, Ravens, Ben.
Give me the Texans.
Texans favored.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's kind of telling you where they believe the status of the quarterback is.
Well, yeah, I mean, Lamar's going to miss 2 to 3 weeks. You listed all the injuries on the defense at the top of the show. I'm just going to assume C.J. Stroud is going to feast on this defense, even if he doesn't have an offensive line. Texans.
Matt?
Yeah, I hate picking this game. I'm going to pick the Texans just because the Ravens haven't shown me anything, and it's going to get better with a backup quarterback. But
yeah,
rush time.
Yeah, I'm going Texans as well. Giants, Saints. Ben?
Saints are favored. Saints are favored in this game.
And they should be.
Whoa.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm think so.
Giants.
Matt?
I'm going to take the Saints.
Me too. Broncos, Eagles. Ben?
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
I'm going Eagles as well. I hope they open up that playbook, man. If not, it's going to be gross. Cowboys,
if not,
Jets.
We'll get another cryptic tweet from...
Oh, my God.
Dude, yeah. Yeah.
Single-handedly keeping the diva wide receivers alive. That being said, I'm going Cowboys.
Matt?
Wait, this is Cowboys Jets?
Yeah.
Gee whiz. Give me the Cowboys.
You mean to tell me you guys aren't trusting Justin Fields? Me neither. Cowboys.
I'm trusting Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Raiders, Colts.
Yeah, Colts. Yeah, Colts here as well.
Matt?
I hope this game is just awesome.
Me too.
I'm going to take Colts.
You wanted to. We're all thinking the same thing. I'm Colts as
Yeah,
I
this
well.
is
was
the
not.
spot.
I
This
was
is the
not.
spot where it's like Gino just figures it out and has like 30 points on the board.
Yeah. Dolphins, Panthers. Do we have to pick this game?
I really don't
Damn right
want
we do.
to.
Panthers 1-0 at home, 30
Yeah.
nothing differential. I'm taking the Panthers.
Yeah, me too.
I'll take the Dolphins to disagree. Buccaneers, Seahawks. Fun one to pick.
Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me Seahawks.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks.
Dang it. I was really hoping one of you would have gone Bucks because I went Seahawks as well. All right. Titans, Cardinals.
Give me the Titans. This is when they get it done. All right? This is where they find their groove. I don't know about finding their groove because I don't know if they'll win another game, but they will win this game. Give me the Titans.
Matt?
0 points gave you hope. I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
I'm taking the Cardinals as well. Big Marvin Harrison Jr. game coming in. Commanders, Chargers.
Yeah, we're gonna treat him like an undrafted guy again. That was insane. I'm so
That
happy he
was
battled
absurd.
adversity.
Well,
Commanders, Chargers, Ben.
Commanders.
Chargers.
I'll go Chargers as well. All right. Lions, Bengals. I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, I think you'd be right. Bills.
Dude, what if they
Unless
Or,
Matt.
Lions.
Huh?
Lions. Sorry.
What if they won?
That'd be great.
Lions.
That'd be awesome. Lions. Patriots, Bills. Can they get it done?
Okay, this game is not as it's not as cut and dry as I would have thought. I'm gonna go with the Bills as a cop out answer, but like Travion Henderson breakout game. Some are saying.
God, I hope so, man. Snap share is disgusting between these three. Why do you have three running backs? Patriots. Ooh. All right. Look at the nuts on this guy. All right, I'll go Bills. Chiefs, Jaguars.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, I spoiled my pick as well. I'll go
The
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
All right, so that does it for Pigskin Pick'em for this week. And then moving into Pigskin Payout, I wanted to give you guys a fun fact. So like, it's funny that we keep doing this segment because I don't think we've had a parlay win. But stay with us, guys. One of these days, it'll be great. Because guess what? If JSN would have gotten 2 more yards on Thursday, Ben's parlay would have hit. He said over 80 yards just this past week. And Seahawks money line, Hampton 60-plus rush yards, and then Saints alt line plus 17.5. And so, yeah, Jason finished with 78 receiving yards. So he was right there. Like I said, shut down for majority of the game. The second half really got him going. But yeah, rough one. I'm going to start us off like I always do with the anytime touchdown parlay. I'm picking 4 of them. I don't know if I picked 4 of them last week. Did I pick 4 of them?
You did.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. I do. Yeah, check that out. All right,
Trevor
cool. I got a
Etienne.
weekly thing going. Trevor Etienne. Yeah, that was definitely a good read by the guys to notice I meant Travis. Very tired, I guess, when I would have done that.
It was so close to hitting. It was so close.
Dude, believe it or not, yeah. I have for this week Saquon Barkley, Michael Pittman, Emeka Egbuka, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Those are my 4. And I'm telling you, if you're going to bet that, also bet Jalen Hurts instead of Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Scenes, I bet on Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown, and they did a what was it, like a fake out tush push and ran the ball with Saquon. It's like, go figure. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Saquon, Pittman, Ibuka, and St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Anytime touchdown scores. Ben, I will start with you for yours. Let Matt cook for a little bit longer here. What you got for
Yeah,
us this week?
we looked for two spots where we could buy a little bit of points, or I guess lose a little bit of points depending on what way you think about it. But I'm having the Eagles cover the 2.5 spread. The spread's originally 3.5, so I have them at least winning by a field goal. And then I have the Lions covering a 6.5 spread. As we said, it's 8.5, but I have them covering a touchdown. And then finally, I have the Buccaneers and Seahawks game going over 44.5. That brings your total to plus 358 with a payout of $22 if you bet 5. And I place that. It's in my slip. I have that slip. I'm confident it's gonna hit. This is
Do we see it?
I wish.
Matt, what we got?
I got what is it? Fading the Browns under 16.5 is on here. I'm taking over 39.5 in Texans Ravens because I hate it so much. And then let's take Birds money line, and that plus 387. So that's a fun one.
You heard it here, guys. Eagles are gonna win. They're putting money on it, which means Broncos money line. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. That does it for Pigskin Payout.
Hopefully you enjoyed that video. We really appreciate you clicking on this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. That always helps us out. And remember, check out our links in the description. And Wednesdays, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time, live over here, talking ball, interacting with the chat, having some fun. So you wouldn't want to miss that. But that's all for me. And until next time, roll that outro.